stars can rise, or whispers can fall. They can free your people, or betray them all. From the cane fields burning to the church bells sound.
Hello, Learning Journey subscribers. Welcome. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. The creation of this form of content takes time to research and create. So let us get started on our topic, house slaves and slave rebellions in Jamaica. Betrayal, resistance, and the modern meaning of house slave. Picture this: a candlelit great house on a Jamaican plantation, the night thick with cane smoke and whispers of freedom. Plans for revolt move quietly through kitchens, stables, and back rooms. But one whisper, just one, takes a different path. It slips into the master's ear, and in that instant, what could have been an uprising becomes a slaughter. This is the paradox of the house slave, not only a potential spark for rebellion, but also, at times, the hand that smothered the flame. Good evening, Jamaica, and to everyone eager to uncover the real stories beneath our island soil. Tonight we're tackling a difficult truth: how house slaves, those forced to live inside the enslaver's household, shaped, aided, but also sometimes betrayed slave rebellions in Jamaica and the Caribbean. And then we'll step forward to today to ask why calling someone a house slave still carries such sting in our political and cultural debates. Let's be clear, enslavers knew they were vastly outnumbered. Divide and rule was their lifeline. They placed some enslaved people inside the great house, closer to privilege but also closer to pressure. Food scraps, hand-me-down clothes, shelter from rain, that was the bait. But the hook was sharper: constant surveillance, sexual violence, and above all, the expectation to inform. A house slave who betrayed a planned revolt could be rewarded with trust, sometimes even manumission, but the cost to the community was devastating. Take Tacky's revolt in 1760. Enslaved leaders plotted coordinated attacks across parishes. Yet before the plan could fully ignite, word leaked. A servant slipped away and raised the alarm. British forces and Maroons descended swiftly. What followed was brutal. Hundreds killed, leaders executed, heads placed on poles along the roadsides as warnings. That one whisper to the master didn't just end a plot. It unleashed waves of terror that rippled through every cane field, teaching enslaved communities the deadly price of betrayal. Or look at Jamaica's Christmas Rebellion in 1831. Samuel Sharp and his allies, many of them literate domestics and skilled workers, built a vast network of communication through churches and plantations. Yet parts of the plan reached the ears of overseers too soon. This forewarning allowed militia and soldiers to prepare. The result? Over 500 enslaved people executed, scores of churches burned, and the island soaked in blood. And yet, even in suppression, the rebellion shook Britain's conscience and hastened emancipation. Still, imagine the anguish of rebels knowing that voices from inside their own ranks had armed their enemies. Here's the cruelest consequence of informing. It didn't just end uprisings. It bred mistrust. Enslaved communities lived with the knowledge that someone in the kitchen, someone tending the master's children, might be forced or choose to betray them. That fear fractured solidarity. It silenced voices. It made every plan more fragile, every whisper more dangerous. Divide and rule wasn't just a strategy. It was a poison poured into relationships, turning survival against resistance. And yet, here's the tension. For every betrayal, there was also courage. Nanny Grigg in Barbados, a literate domestic, used her position to plan rebellion in 1816. Samuel Sharp himself, though close to the pulpit and respected by whites, used that access to light a match across Jamaica. Some insiders passed secrets to masters, others used secrets against them. Betrayal and bravery coexisted in the same halls. Now let's bring this forward. When Malcolm X popularized the house Negro metaphor, he tapped into the memory of betrayal. the fear that someone within the community, enjoying the perks of proximity, would sell out the masses. In today's Jamaica, calling someone a house slave is an accusation of treachery. You've informed on us, sided with the powerful, betrayed the struggle. It's a scarlet letter in our discourse. But here's the danger. History shows us the house rule didn't dictate destiny. Betrayal was real, but so was resistance. When we weaponize house slave as an insult today, we risk repeating the enslaver's trick, collapsing complex people into one role, one act, one accusation. We lose sight of the bigger battle, systems that force people into impossible choices. So what can we learn from this history? First, betrayal has consequences far beyond one act. It weakens movements, breeds mistrust, and prolongs oppression. That was true in 1760. It's true in 2025. Second, courage can come from unexpected quarters. The same kitchen that birthed an informer might also shelter a conspirator. Third, unity requires vigilance. Then as now, liberation demands trust, strong enough to outlast fear. To those watching in Jamaica, what do you make of this legacy? Do you think the term house slave today helps us name betrayal, or does it keep us divided? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you've heard family stories about betrayal or courage in rebellion times, share them. Oral history matters. Your voice adds to the archive. Before I close, I want you to carry this image. A candlelit room, a whisper, two paths. One path leads to the master's ear, to gallows and grief. The other passes hand to hand until it becomes a rising, a roar, a rebellion. Both paths were chosen in our history. Both shaped who we are. Our challenge now is to choose the second path, again and again, until whispers of justice never fall silent. If this resonates, like, share, and subscribe. Not for the algorithm, but to keep these conversations alive. Because Jamaica's story is not just about betrayal or bravery. It's about the endless struggle to make freedom stronger than fear.
Freedom lives where courage is found. Samuel Sharp preaching justice must be won. 60,000 rising when the work was done, yet betrayal carried early to the soldier's ear. Chains and fire answered, blood and fear. Whispers can rise, or whispers can fall. They can free a people, or betray them all. From the cane fields burning to the church bell sound. Freedom lives where courage is found. A note in a hymn, a sermon in disguise, a servant with secrets, hope in their eyes. Some chose survival, some chose the flame. History remembers both courage and shame. The term lives on in our voices today. House slave we call out when someone betrays, but the story is deeper. The choices were hard. Divide and rule left many hearts scarred. Whispers can rise, or whispers can fall. They can free a people, or betray them all. From the cane fields burning to the church bell sound. Freedom lives where courage is found. So tell these stories, let the children know. Even in darkness, rebellion can grow. The house, the field, the courage, the pain. Whisper